Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Top Producers Nation podcast. This, of course, is the podcast that is made to help agents become top producers in their desired market anywhere in the country. We also want to help brokers and team leaders develop more top producers in their organizations all throughout the country. We have a lot of different ways we do that. This podcast is just one of them. If you go to topproducersnation.com, you can see a lot of our online community and different resources in place, including coaching and courses and other programs to try to help accomplish those two goals that I just mentioned. We're also powered on a local level by the Tampa Bay Real Producers franchise here in beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida, where we feature the top 500 producing realtors in the Tampa Bay market. We also feature, of course, top brokers and team builders in this local community. So our guest today here on the show is actually somebody who was just recently featured in our, I believe it was our March issue, I want to say, of Tampa Bay Real Producers as a broker and a team leader. And that's none other than Mr. Matthew Christian. How you doing, brother?
Doing great, man. How are you?
It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So if you didn't get a chance, you might see Matthew in his article again in our most recent issue. You can find that, by the way, at tampabayrealproducers.com. Just click on the issue and you'll see Matthew's article. But if you didn't get a chance to look at that yet, we'll dig in a little bit to your story now, starting with a little bit of the background. So tell us about that. How did you get to Tampa? Did you grow up here? If not, what brought you to Tampa Bay? And when did real estate become an interest for you?
Man, oh man. I've been in Tampa now, I want to say about 8 years.
Okay.
And it has been a journey, full disclosure. I came here thinking that I was going to be here maybe 6 months,
okay,
a year-ish.
It just sucked you right in, huh?
Literally. No, I'm not kidding, man. This place is phenomenal. It really will, just trap you in the best way, though. Literally in the best way.
It's a beautiful market for sure.
Yeah, man. And I got here at a time where the city was growing exponentially.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. The things I've seen now in the last 8 years have been incredible.
And in this area, 54, it's crazy how much. Our studio right here is off of Route 54, if you guys know the area. And the amount of development just up and down this street over the last decade has been insane.
We've got new 275 exits.
I know.
It's growing that exponentially.
Yeah, residential and commercial stuff just blowing up everywhere.
Man. And so I fell into the right business because of said growth.
That makes sense. Yeah. So you mentioned off camera that your background was in the military. Your father, I guess, was in the military. So you were traveling around a lot, I guess, growing up?
Little bit. And then we settled in. We grew up down in South Florida, down in Miami.
Okay.
So that's where I was raised, essentially. Spent a lot of time bouncing around, but most of my time was there, elementary, middle, high school, all that kind of good stuff.
Got it. Did you do any real estate down there?
No, not until I got my license up here, actually. Okay. I didn't think real estate was for me until I accidentally got a property management job and discovered that you can make commission from sales.
That opened your eyes, huh?
Oh, yes, it did. Yes, it did.
So what brought you to Tampa initially?
Honestly, just wanted to change.
Okay.
My girlfriend, now wife at the time, we just wanted somewhere different, honestly, and we figured this would be a nice pit stop, and we thought we might end up in either Atlanta, New York, or LA. Those were the main places that we had targeted. I'd spent some time in all three of those places, so did she, and we loved them, and we figured we'd get back. And I'm not kidding, man. Maybe a year into our lease, we were like, no, this place is kind of great.
Yeah.
I think we're going to stay.
Makes sense.
Bought a house, and that was it, man.
So you initially were doing property management when you got here?
Yeah.
And I know we talked a little bit about that at the MVP social that we had as well. So there was something there that opened your eyes about the opportunities for bigger commission checks on the real estate side.
Yes, there was.
And so did you find a mentor in those early days, or what was that first year like once you decided to get licensed?
First year was insane, if I'm being honest with you, which most people's first year in real estate are kind of nuts. But, I think that I had a desire to do it the hard way, so to speak, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I had a team lead who was awesome, man, awesome. He's actually what helped me jump into real estate initially.
Okay.
He came in with a friend of his looking for an apartment at the time. Me and him hit it off. I let him know, hey, man, you're a realtor. I can get you a commission check for just hanging out with your friend. Let me see what I can do for you. And when I found out how much his check was, I was like, yeah, it's time for me to make the jump.
That would be a strong incentive.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. And the early days, man, it was really just me and him building a team together, running leads all day, pounding the phones all day, every day.
Nice.
And doing open houses. And I learned a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And so how many years are you still in production today? I know we're going to talk about the broker. Oh, you still are? Okay, cool. So were you always intending to try to like go down the brokerage route, or did that evolve over time?
No, I'll be honest with you. What he and I like started forming, and we eventually had more people come around us. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the team atmosphere. I really, really did. And I always knew that I wanted to do that type of thing for myself. But I'll admit the brokerage thing was more my wife than myself.
Okay.
She always believed in me, and she always thought it'd be something that I should do. And
Sounds like a great woman you got there.
she's fantastic.
Is she in real estate too?
No.
Okay.
God, no.
Even better, right?
No. She doesn't have the patience for this field. But she is phenomenal, man. She's in marketing, and she loves it over there.
Hey, that also can be helpful
Absolutely.
in the real
every
estate
day.
world. Does she help at all with the branding and stuff?
Everything, literally. It's
Very cool.
fantastic. I don't have to touch anything on my Instagram, and I love it because
That's awesome.
I don't like that stuff. So
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's let you stay in your lane, and
Indeed.
she can help supplement it with her stuff. So that makes a lot of sense.
Indeed, man.
So when you were doing the team thing, that was a different brand, right? This Trinity group that you have now, we'll talk about, is your own unique brand that you guys established at some point. And when did Trinity start?
So we started tail end of 24.
Okay.
Tail end of 2024.
So about 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Now you had a team already at the time, right? That from whatever brokerage you were with prior.
Yeah.
Did you have agents that came with you when you first opened Trinity? Is that how it worked?
We had a few, and then we honestly organically started getting more, even in different markets. So we have some agents down in South Florida now, a couple up in Jacksonville.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it genuinely wasn't recruiting, wasn't looking, but again, I grew up down in South Florida. I still have a lot of family and friends down there. I go down pretty often.
Yep.
Still do deals down there. And it just kind of naturally started growing in that direction. And we're sitting at about 20-something agents now, and it's been fantastic, man, if I'm being honest with you.
How many of your agents are local?
I'd say bulk, so maybe like 15 to 16 are local.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So do you spend most of your energy, would you say, now on still serving like the buying and selling of clients, or are you mostly on the recruiting side or working with the agent team and driving that whole productivity piece? Like where do you invest most of your energy?
Mostly with the agents more than anything. So I still am in production, but I'll be honest with you, not for the sake of being in production. I'm in this. I pride myself in, if I'm going to teach you something, I need to know how to do it.
Yeah.
And the market is changing every single day.
Sure.
I don't want to be one of those guys, one of those coaches who's like, yeah, do these things, and these worked 5 years ago, and I haven't sold a house in 5 years.
Totally.
So I try to stay active in production as much as time allows me to,
Sure.
while still investing time and energy into them as much as possible. They know I try to be available as much as I can, and I want to be involved. That's the culture is really, really important to me, and like pouring into them is really important to me. So I want to make sure I'm available as much as I can.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Is the business that you're generally doing on the self side, is that kind of like referral based at this point? Any clients you've had over the years that come back through you might serve them, but as far as like lead generation stuff that goes through the brokerage, I'm assuming that's divvied out to agents. Is that how you approach it?
Exactly. Yeah. All the lead gen pretty much goes through them. I don't want to touch it, but anybody who I've done business with in the last 8 years or so, and I'm going to take care of that personally for the most part. And
Got it.
9 times out of 10, I'm bringing an agent with me to kind of show them the ropes along the way.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Big fan of field training. So we talked off camera about my old Cutco background. That's what we used to do all the time, man. Teach these reps how to field train. That was a big thing for sure.
Oh my goodness.
So I love that. Man. I love that. What's your philosophy on, so I know there's different brokerages that do different things regarding lead gen and whether they provide leads, they don't provide leads, they structure things differently accordingly because of how, they want to approach the education piece of their business. Do you emphasize like self-gen for a lot of your agents? Do you want your agents reliant on leads from the brokerage? How have you guys structured that?
So we've structured it that we have opportunities for both. We pride ourselves on being a meet you where you're at type of place. We're a team bridge. We're a brokerage, kind of operates as a team, but we also allow a bulk of our agents to operate like self-generated on their own.
Okay.
Some of them don't touch any of our lead gen sources, which is perfectly fine with us. And then some of them rely heavily on our lead gen sources.
Okay.
And that's also perfectly fine with us. The lead gen is there as a tool to keep you growing, keep you active, keep you busy, and especially for our newer agents who don't have the referral business to like leapfrog from, gives them something to start production in right away.
Totally.
Yeah, so they can start earning a living and building their own referral client bases as they continue to grow.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And I'm assuming based on that flexibility, like people have different splits because of that, and they can kind of negotiate person by person as to what their exact situation is going to be.
So we have tiered system for like the lead gen and then tiered system for self-gen and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have a one business partner with Trinity, right?
I do. Chris. My guy, man.
I think I met him at the event as well.
Yeah.
You guys started it together. Is that the same gentleman that you were running the team with prior, or is it a different person?
No, completely different. Chris and I, we started as friends, honestly. Like, he comes from a completely different background as far as real estate, but I can't tell you how much like his business mind has been integral to our growth, really and truly. He's been awesome, man. Really and truly. Couldn't have started with somebody better. It's fantastic.
Yeah, very cool. So with this brand now, with Trinity, what would you say is the brand or culture that you'd want Trinity to be known for? What you mentioned culture before as being important to you. What have you done intentionally to try to like define that, or do you even have a definition of what you want that culture to be? What does that sound like?
I do. I think it goes right back to some of our core values. My favorite one being relationships over transactions. We try to emulate that, or rather, I think real estate has almost gotten lost in a sense. I think it's become more of a sales industry, and I think we have to remember that this is a service industry. We are providing a service to our customers, to our buyers, to our sellers, to the homes themselves, if we want to get really corny. But we're providing a service, and it's up to us to provide 5-star service. And 5-star service doesn't mean, limited communication and having 5 tiers of communication between you and your customer to where there's actually no relationship whatsoever and they're just a number. I'd rather my agents, and this is going to sound nuts, I know, but I'd rather them work with 2 really high-level clients a month rather than try to close 10 and they don't even know their first name. They don't know their kids' names of their customers. They don't know anything about them. I tell my agents all the time, if you're on lead gen, if you're dialing, you're going through our lead pool and you're talking to people, if you get off the phone and you have no idea where they want to move, you don't know how many bedrooms they want, you don't know anything about their home, but you can tell me their kid's name, their dog name, their favorite sports teams, their favorite food. If you can tell me any of those things, I know you had a great call.
Yeah.
I know you had a phenomenal call.
That makes sense.
That's what's more important.
That's what's going to cause some of those things to actually convert, right?
Exactly.
At some point down the road when, as there's no shortage of people with licenses out there. So if you can distinguish yourself separately from as an agent who actually cares and genuinely wants to build a quality relationship where you can provide that level of service, like you're saying, that is going to feel different, right? In that conversation. So I think that makes a lot of sense. And I agree with that approach in terms of the culture. Are you guys looking for more agents to join the team, or is that a high priority? Do you want to keep growing and scaling the number, or do you want to keep it lean and mean? What's your approach on that?
No, we definitely want to keep growing.
Yeah.
Absolutely want to keep growing. But as long as we can maintain the culture and what we have, then I'm perfectly fine, really and truly.
What do you find to be the biggest challenge in doing that?
That's a tough one, man. I think, admittedly, I might be the challenge simply because
it's a good answer. Very introspective.
Yeah, so I'm one person, I'm limited, and I am also a bit of a control freak. So I also like to be involved in everything. And I think if I allowed myself to loosen the range just a little bit, I think maybe that might help. So I'm working on that. That was one of my goals for this year. So I'm working on that at the moment. Yeah,
that's a great answer. Actually, I respect that. I think any great leader has to see their blind spots, right? And understand where they're at so that they can have opportunities to grow. Have you had the opportunity yet to kind of think through layers of your organization and start to identify, like, here's a head of an operations that we really need to fill, or here's this role, there's that role? Do you guys have that mapped out already?
Yes.
Yeah.
We started mapping that out last summer, honestly. So that's about 7 or 8 months in, where we had a plan of where those kind of things were going to go. And then, as when you start the business, that plan goes out the window, and then you got to come up with a new plan.
Right.
So we've started to flesh out some of those roles, and honestly, we're actively looking to fill some of them. We've got some really good candidates to fill a couple of them that we're really excited about. And more than anything, it's just really the type of people who can continue to invoke the culture that we want. That's what it's all about. Again, I know this is going to sound nuts and like the complete opposite thing to say, but production numbers are kind of irrelevant. It's more so about what you have provided as a person and with the relationships that you've honed over the years. That's what's really important to us about who we bring on.
Hey guys, just want to take a quick second here during this episode to explain that if you're somebody who would love to work with the top 500 producing agents in Tampa Bay, just like the one that you see right now during this actual interview, all you'd have to do to learn more about that is go to apply, APPLY, tampabayrealproducers.com, and you'll see an application there to actually apply to become a preferred partner for the top 500 producing agents here in the Tampa Bay market. We work with some of the best lenders, title companies, home inspectors, different industries, 25 different industries represented right now. You can actually see the full list of them at tampabayrealproducers.com. Click on partners at the top, and you will see all of our existing partners in this particular franchise here locally. So if that interests you and you would love to work more closely with these top producing agents, you can find that application actually right on our website at tampabayrealproducers.com. But if you want to go directly to the application, just put the words apply, APPLY, and then Tampa Bay Real Producers. We'll put that link as well in the description. Let's go ahead and get back to the episode.
Who does the recruiting? Is that you, or do you have
Myself and Chris?
You do. Okay, so you guys are the ones running the interviews and deciding at the end of the day if someone's a good fit.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when someone's accepted, I'm assuming there's some sort of an onboarding training process that they're going through. That is that also run through you guys as well?
It is, and that's the fun stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of on the field training mostly.
Yeah, so it's on the field training. We have some team leads at the brokerage as well who handle some of that as well, but it's in person, in the field, it's in the office, it's real active training where you're doing it. I personally feel like the one way to learn real estate is by doing it.
Yeah.
We don't learn anything from the test. We all know that.
Yeah.
And you're only going to learn so much.
Just got to get that license under your belt. Right?
Exactly. But we're only going to learn so much from watching videos and, going on YouTube, watching. And don't get me wrong, there's great content out there. There's great videos out there. Big fan of Tom Ferry, big fan of Chet Black. There's some great stuff out there. But really and truly, unless you're doing it and you're like invoking it into your routine every single day, you're never going to learn.
Totally. No, I'm a big believer in that as well. I think you can have a lot of head knowledge, but until you're actually experiencing it and putting it to work, you don't really let it sink in. And that's also where you start to build confidence,
yes.
Right? When you see the results from actually accomplishing certain things. How would you define like the ideal agent? You mentioned culture, which I think we definitely hit on, but are you looking for new agents? Do you want more experienced agents? Do you want agents that are specializing in certain types of clientele? What's the type of fit would be ideal for you?
Honestly, types of clientele is not really super important. We've got agents who do residential, commercial. We've got agents who specialize in luxury. We've got agents who specialize in land predominantly. We've got a bulk, so that part's not really important. What's more important, again, and I hate to continue to sound corny, but personality fit is more important than anything. If this is something that you really want to do, if you want to pour into people, then we're a good fit for you. If you're just looking to close 50 transactions and you don't care about anybody's name or what happens next year, you're just going to do it all over again and grind out that PPC all over again, then we're probably not the best fit for you. Full disclosure. We want real relationships, real referrals. Our lead gen is great, but the entire goal of it is for you to build a referral business of your own to continue to grow your business.
That's the way to be self-sustaining as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
I want
makes
to
a lot
turn
of
leads
sense.
off one day. That's the goal.
Totally. Do you have a favorite lead source that you guys have tapped into, or is that pretty much the standard, what most people are into, Zillow, Realtor.com, things like that?
So I've done Google PPC for years. That's how I started. That's how I continue. And again, it goes right back into, I think, a lot of the skills that I learned early on with my original mentor / partner, Josh, who, again, great Josh. Shout out Josh Sexton, wherever you are.
Shout out Josh.
A lot of that stuff was rapport building. That I don't know if you've ever worked Google PPC leads, but that's what it is. Zillow, Realtor.com is kind of a little bit more of a wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you're taking an order type thing. Yeah.
Right. You can build relationships, but it's a little harder. But Google PPC, that is grinding it out from the beginning, man. You're building that relationship.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. So we have, I mentioned earlier, we have like an online course and different program. One of the things that's in that course is like Google LSA ads, which is similar in terms of how that would get structured and formatted, different, I know, than Google PPC as well, but there's an element of that same approach, right, with the LSA campaigns. So I see the value in that for sure. Is there a type, you mentioned earlier that you work with commercial, residential, so it doesn't seem like there's a type of clientele necessarily that you guys specialize in, but you can serve a lot of different types of audiences based on the different agent groups it sounds like that you have right now? Are you working a lot in like the investor side of things, or is it more retail residential stuff?
I hate to say it, we're doing honestly a little bit of both.
Okay.
We're working some really cool developers right now who are working on some really cool things in Zephyr Hills and Plant City
Cool.
at the moment, as well as some guys doing some projects in East Tampa and things like that. So development side, investor side, we partner with some wholesalers as well. My philosophy is, and if any of my agents are watching, I'm going to sound like a broken record right now, but say yes to everything and figure it out later. So if you don't know, if you're an agent who's never done it before and you have no idea what you're talking about, but you see an opportunity, say yes, and we'll figure it out together.
Yeah,
That's why the
especially if you
brokerage
have
is
the
there.
right counselors that are around you, right?
Exactly. Every week we do an agent mastermind with all the agents. We hop on Teams or we hop in the office. We get together. We break down everyone's transactions, customer problems. It's more of it's an opportunity for everyone to kind of share what they have going on, so that everyone who doesn't have that can learn from it. So
Yeah.
the newer agents, they've got their ears like glued to it every single week because they're learning things that they never would until they encounter it. And here's your opportunity to learn from someone who's going through it right now.
Yeah, I love that. And I think we've had obviously people that are on this show that are mostly top producers. And so a common thread I've seen is that they find mentorship and they start to learn the business through some form of mentor early on. But one of the challenges I think a lot of new agents have, especially, is if they aren't finding that mentorship early, they can really struggle and just not really get traction, right? Their wheels just keep on spinning. And so I think any brokerage who really has the mentality where they're going to invest in their people and not just provide kind of standard support, but actually run mentorships, masterminds like you just talked about, and really try to dive into the relationship component. And that really, I think, is what separates these top team leaders, these top brokers, from what is common, right? That's out there. So it's cool to hear that you guys are doing a lot of that. We've interviewed a lot of top people here that also, I think, adopt that same approach and philosophy, which makes sense. What gets you most excited when you think about the rest of this year, moving forward, about Trinity as a brand? Like, do you have a vision for the next 12 months and beyond? Is there some things that you get you fired up when you wake up in the morning?
My agent success more than anything, honestly. I am a guy who, if you asked me 3 years ago what like really got me excited, it would be however many closings I have, or meeting new people and how many transactions. I've always been more of a volume guy. I've pride myself in like trying to hit as many as possible. I'll sell everything from 500,000 to 5 million. Doesn't really matter to me. And seeing personal success kind of fade away and now get really excited when my agents accomplish something is one of the most humbling experiences ever. And it's fantastic.
That's
really
cool.
and truly. It's awesome, man.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
That was my whole Cutco thing too, man.
I can
Let me tell you.
imagine. I still can't believe that, man. I'm not kidding. It was almost got to be almost 20 years ago when I sat in that room
Right.
and learning about these. And the minute I saw that guy cut a penny with the scissors,
That's
I was
what gets
sold.
everybody.
I was like, yeah, sign me up.
And then
Where's
the
my
rope,
bag?
the rope and the leather. Did I do that as well? Yeah, man, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I
It's
think
freaking
they still
awesome,
do
man.
the same tricks for all I know.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. It's crazy. I was actually looking for it online the other day because I'm like, you know what? I'm an adult now. I want to buy my own Cutco knives.
Oh, well, I can hook you up, man.
Appreciate it. I need it. I wasn't able to find it, so yes, please.
I'll get you connected to somebody. I don't even have an account anymore, so I can't even sell them myself probably. But yeah, I can find you the right person anyway.
Nuts, man.
But I love the intentional effort towards like development of your people, right? I'm a huge fan of that. That's really why I stayed with Cutco as long as I did for the 12 years, because I went into leadership pretty quickly with them. And my whole focus and energy was on trying to invest into others and help them build their own offices at the time. That was kind of our business model. We would teach other college kids once they graduated to run year-round operations, recruit other college kids, and it was just a development and recruiting business is really what it became. Very similar to how a lot of brokerages grow,
Honestly,
right?
yeah.
With real estate.
Yeah. Really organic.
But I became pretty passionate about like the mechanics and the principles of true like leadership and how to get people to accomplish things that they don't even believe they can do at first, and seeing those breakthroughs. It really is a game changer in terms of when you start to feel that, it feels much better than just doing it yourself.
Yeah, man.
At least that's my opinion on it. Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. That's been the one for me. That I have an agent who I want to say about a month and a half in, she had her first deal, and like the pure ecstaticness like that she was experiencing, I felt like I was being jolted to life.
Yeah,
it was insane.
It's awesome, isn't it?
It was amazing, man. She went on her first tour. She's calling me at every house. She's mishandling the lockbox. She's trying to figure this out. She's going through it. At the end of the day, she's like, we got it. She wants to put in an offer. And I'm like,
That's awesome.
This is what it's all about.
That is what it's all about. It's very cool.
Fantastic.
So is your vision to grow nationally? Because I know you said you have people all over Florida. Is it just Florida?
It's Florida right now, but
Okay.
we do have some plans, yes.
Okay.
So we do want to continue fanning out in Florida already, admittedly. We've got ideas and plans for offices in Orlando, Pensacola, Naples.
Physical offices.
Yes.
So right now you just have the one physical here.
Yes.
And then the people who are in these other markets are kind of like virtually part of the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopping on like Zoom masterminds, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Even coming to town to the hub quite often, to be honest with you.
I got you.
But the goal is to grow more in Florida, but also fan out. So my business partner, Chris, he's awesome. He's got a really large background in both New York, over in Long Island, as well as parts of Charlotte and North Carolina. And we've been having some conversations in those places, and we'll see where we're at in the next year or two.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How would that work? Do you have to get licensed in each state?
Yes.
Is that how that would? Okay. So,
More tests for me.
yeah, it sounds fun. That's a whole other process. Huh? So every
you
time
tell
you
me,
expand
man.
to a state, you'd have to be licensed to be able to offer your service there, right?
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Real estate makes it fun, don't they? Make it easy for
So much fun.
expansion and growth.
So much fun.
It'd be nice if you could just take a national test, and
Right?
just have that secured.
That would be
and
fantastic.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Would be great.
Somebody's got to crack that. I mean, come on now. Somebody in
send an
real estate
email
makes
to?
some things happen over here.
It's
Come on.
massively different to sell a home in Florida than it is in anywhere else.
Anywhere.
Yeah,
anywhere.
I'm sure.
Literally
I'm sure.
anywhere. I can't. All my
Now
New
I
York
do
clients-
realize there are state differences, obviously,
Yes,
like
yes.
state policy and laws and things. But I mean, in the general, you would have to imagine you can have some sort of national license, and then maybe just have some local accreditations or something.
something like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That would be nice.
I can fix this whole thing.
Let's
man.
do
We're
this,
gonna-
man. Please. Who do we email?
Put me into control over here. Who do I got
I'm
to talk
voting
to?
for this
National
guy.
Association of Realtors? Come on.
I like
Get
it.
me on the board or something. We're
like
going to
it.
make something happen here.
I like it. I'll sign the petition.
Let's pivot a little bit to some personal stuff for people to get to know you, since we're running short on time and I want to get you out on time. So I know you mentioned your beautiful wife already. You guys have been married now how long?
We've been married for 5 years.
You have any kids yet?
No.
You want them?
Kids are scary.
Hey, I got 6. I understand.
You have what?
We have 6 kids.
Oh my God.
That's right, man. We are always
Human
scared.
children.
Yes, human walking around our house. Some are crawling still.
Bless you,
Well, one
man.
is anyway.
That's
Yes.
incredible, man. Congrats.
Yeah, we've been married since 2012. So we've been dating since 2005. So it's
Okay.
been over 20 years that we've been together. But
Good for you, man.
we have 4 girls and 2 boys.
That's incredible, man.
Thank
That's
you.
incredible.
Yep.
As far as us, honestly, it's gonna sound. It depends on the day. Some days we're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's have all the kids. Other days we're like, nah, I'm kind of good. I think
It is a
we'll
game
just-
changer. There's no doubt.
It's all we
There's no
keep
doubt.
hearing.
Yeah.
And every time we babysit someone, we had her nephew the other day. We had my nieces a few weeks back, and those are pretty good birth control experiences most of the time. To be honest with you, yeah.
It is different when it's not your own, though. There's some truth to that for sure, but I can understand why that would cause some trepidation.
I will say this though, I do find when people say like kids are great, and you know that look that you get from kids when they're kind of like they I don't know, their eyes kind of like light up.
Totally.
It does feel awesome.
It does.
I'm not gonna lie, that
Yeah.
does feel fantastic.
No, it does. Being a dad is the coolest thing I've ever done in my
I
life.
can
So
imagine.
it's
man.
awesome. Yeah.
Good for you. 6 is incredible, man.
Yep.
That's
yep.
awesome.
Yep. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I never thought we'd have that many, but we just keep on rolling, Rob. That's what we do. That's what we do here. What we do in the Hill family. That's how we keep rolling around here.
I love
I'm
it,
building
man.
my legacy one way or the other, Matthew. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So what do you guys love to do for fun when you're not just jamming in real estate?
My wife is addicted to vacations.
Okay.
And she will tell you that I am addicted to doing hard things. So
On vacation, hopefully.
also on vacation. Yes.
Are you like an adventure guy who just loves to
Yes.
rock climb and
Anything,
skydive
man.
and all that kind of jazz?
Literally anything. Skiing, surfing. I'm one of those psycho people who's training for a high rocks competition.
Really?
I like running.
I think you told me you ran marathons, right?
I did.
Did we talk about that?
Not yet. I'm working on one for the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
Or half one. I don't
Got
think
it.
I'll ever do a full one, but
Got it.
half one for the end of the year. But I like doing hard, fun stuff. We love exploring places. We honestly, really and truly, we've been to almost every continent at this point.
Very cool. You got a favorite? Any spot that jumps out?
South Africa? No, I lied. Namibia. Namibia is probably my favorite trip we've ever been on.
Why is that?
It was the most unique experience I've ever. It was unexpected. Number
Mm-hmm.
one, we only did it because it was right next to South Africa, and then getting there was an adventure. So it was just my wife and I. We got a pickup truck and we drove around the entire country on our own. We literally had a physical map like showing us where to go because
That's neat.
Obviously there's no cell service in like hours of desert.
Sure.
But we saw everything from desert to ocean to animals to safaris to
Did you get to like stay in one of those safari like what are
We
they,
did.
the tents that are out there in the
Yeah,
we
we
used to do that as well.
My wife is a little bit bougie, so only glamping ones. But yes, we did. Yes, we did.
That's what my wife would like as well. She has told me that if we ever go safari, it better be a glamping one, or else
yes.
I'm not in.
She requires Wi-Fi and AC. So
Yeah.
gotta have those two things.
That's great.
But it was incredible, man. There's this place over there. I believe it's called Walvis Bay, but it's the only place in the world where the desert meets the ocean.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
standing on these like 50-foot sand dunes and watching the waves crash was.
Oh,
I'll
that's
never forget
cool.
That. I'll never ever forget it.
Yeah, that sounds neat. That's awesome. I never even heard of that as an option, but now I'll have to.
Me
I've always
neither.
wanted to go to South Africa.
Yeah.
Had that on my list. I've never been to Africa as a continent yet. Done some Europe stuff, a lot throughout the U.S., obviously, Mexico, Canada, all that, but in Caribbean a lot, but never Africa as a continent. So it's on the
incredible,
list,
man.
man.
It's
On the
incredible.
list.
Yeah.
When you start having as many kids though as we have, it gets a little
Gets
bit
a little harder. I can
to
imagine.
travel that much, you know.
I
So
can
as they get
imagine.
older, we'll have some different options. Maybe that'll open
There
up
you
at
go,
that
man.
point, but we'll see what happens.
There you go.
All right, couple rapid fire questions for you. Do you have a favorite book or author, seminar that has ever made an impact on you personally or professionally?
I will. Honestly, I'll say a book series that I'm reading right now. I'm halfway through the series. It's about a 6 or 7 book series right now. But it's called Red Rising. This guy Pierce Brown is the author, and it is an incredibly like passionate, like tormenting story. It is one of those where
Fiction, huh?
it is fiction. Yes,
Okay.
I'm a big fiction guy.
Okay.
So sorry. I know.
I like that.
So
you
many
gotta
people.
somehow initiate, you ignite the imagination that way, right?
It does, but it's also really motivating for me. So I've never been one of those guys who can read like
Like a business book.
yeah, I can't do it.
Mhm.
I can't do it. I'm more. I can do podcasts.
Right.
I can pound those out any day, but I can't read them. They just. I don't know. Something about reading someone else's story about their real life. I'm like, bro, I'd really rather watch this or listen to you.
Yeah, no, I can get that. A lot of people are into the audio. We're all learning at different types. I'm actually the opposite. I'm a book guy for sure. I love reading a book, writing in it, highlighting certain things. I get easier takeaways from that than I do just listening to something in a car or whatever.
That's fair.
But so many people are the opposite as well. So that's why we have different ways we can learn, right?
Indeed, man.
Got to make a connection one way or the other.
I think the only nonfiction one I've ever done is Sales Ninja. That one was pretty cool. But
I've heard that many times for sure. Yeah.
that's a good one. Which is also
So is this like a murder mystery you're talking about?
Oh
Or
God, no.
Business?
It is. I don't even know how to describe it. It is. If you could take a world where combine Star Wars, Hunger Games, and
Okay. Those are some movies I like.
Caesar level politics. It
Sounds dramatic.
It is very dramatic, but it's also it really is like a really good story that
And it's a series.
teaches you a lot. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I
You're the
feel like
first one to bring it up.
Yeah.
I always like hearing some new things, so
It's a
that's
great
cool.
one, man. It's a great one.
Do you have a favorite movie or TV show?
Princess Mononoke is my favorite movie of all time.
What's it?
Princess Mononoke. It's a
Have you ever heard that? Huh.
It's an anime. It's a Studio Ghibli movie. It is again, it's one of those like teaches you about the world, really and truly.
Neat.
It's all about like pouring back into the world and protecting it as best we can because you only got one. And for me, I kind of took that as more of a metaphor into ourselves, not so much like the physical world, but your family, your friends, your body. You only get one. You only get one dad. You only get one wife. You only get, well, hopefully you only get one wife. But
Depends who you ask.
Exactly. But really just investing into what you have, never taking it for granted.
Yeah, I like that. I never heard that movie though. I'll have to check it out.
Great movie, man.
Yeah, I like it. I like movies where you know you can learn something that's not just an entertainment. It's not just designed to entertain, right? Like there's something there that's a bigger lesson that you can take from that is going to hopefully be a truth that you can hold on to. I think that's always a good thing with any, great movie that you can see. Even something as like entertaining as like the Rocky series. Like there's a lot of good
Great
lessons
series.
in Rocky,
No,
right?
a
Like
ton, man.
I've been watching it with my kids. My boys are now really into Rocky all of a sudden. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. I tell you, those movies make you want to work out. I love
They
those
do,
movies,
they
man.
do, they do. And I
it.
love just the mentality, right, of being down and not giving up and not quitting, teaching them early, like how to, when it seems like your chips are down, like how to be able to get back up and fight, right? There's always a resiliency to that I don't care what you're doing, that's going to mean something.
I agree, man. I
Yeah,
agree.
makes a lot of sense.
Love that.
All right, so we'll wrap up with what I call the legacy question. All right, so this is about hopefully many years from now, you're a young guy, and hopefully you got a long career of entrepreneurship and blessings ahead. But when you're sitting on that rocking chair and you're looking back and thinking about what legacy you would want to be most remembered for, what you'd want to be, what would be most important to you, right? What are some thoughts that come to mind from that standpoint of a legacy?
Man. I think I'd like to know that I helped others grow.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in the opportunity that every single day. I believe in that every day we have an opportunity to do better than yesterday. I have this phrase I say all the time, which is wake up, do better. Every single day you have a chance to do better than yesterday. I set small goals every single day so that I know I close the day with a win, some type of win. And I hope that when it's all said and done and I am staring at an ocean from my back or front porch and listening to the waves, that's the plan. That's the dream house one day. I hope that I will be able to have impressed upon that to a lot of people and helped others grow pretty much in whatever field you want to, whether it's real estate, whether it's personally, whatever it is. I really just hope that I've poured into as many people as I can.
I love that. Well, I think you're in the right line of work for that. You're doing it right now, right? As a broker. So I think your agents probably feel that and have experienced that so far in working with you. So it sounds like you're already living that dream and being able to watch it grow. So it's great to see the brand doing what it's doing. And hopefully you won't be a stranger. We can have you back on the show sometime to dig in many years from now when you're having the national brand and Trinity's doing whatever it's doing on a national level, right?
There we go, man. Speaking it into existence. I love
That's
it.
right. That's right. That's what we're here for. Well, if someone wants to reach you, whether they're an agent who wants to talk about Trinity or just pick your brain a little bit about your journey or talk about any of the books that you recommended, what's the best way for someone to contact you?
Let's see. I believe my Instagram is _Matt the Broker, Matt with 2 T's. And our website is trinitygroupfl.com. And the brokerage Instagram / Facebook is Trinity RE Group.
Perfect. We'll get that stuff too listed in the YouTube channel and also on all the different platforms. So it was good to have you here, bro.
Great
I'm glad we got to dive in. Yeah, absolutely. So we always end the episode with a challenge to the audience, and that is to simply take action on at least one thing that you heard us talk about today that could help propel you forward personally or professionally. Maybe you're a newer agent and you're still kind of figuring this thing out, trying to find a team that you know that you can jive with, that you feel like is going to be the culture that you want to work with. And maybe there was something today about Matthew and the Trinity Group that resonated with you. So maybe you just need to reach out and have a conversation about what it would look like to work with these guys and learn more about their organization. Possibly you're somebody who's thinking about opening your own brokerage, right? And you've been at this for a little while potentially. And you might want to pick Matthew's brain just about that journey and how he went from working as an agent to eventually running his own team and making that work for him and building that brand. That could be a scary transition for a lot of people. But Matthew has made it work and he's made it happen and he's in the process of growing this brand. And obviously they've had success already with it. So that might be worth a conversation as well. Maybe you got to pick up again one of the recommendations that we threw out there. But do something. If you listen to this show, whether it's on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, whatever it is, and you don't take action on at least one thing, you tend to lose a lot of the value that you can capture from just listening to anything that we put out. And maybe you just need to subscribe to our podcast. Click the little button below. That way you'll be notified every time we drop a new episode, which is weekly. Again, you can follow us at topproducersnation.com to learn more about our online community to help support you as an agent and help you become a top producer in your desired field. We'll see you on the next episode of the Top Producers Nation podcast. We'll see you later.